Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video if you like it, hit the notification bell, and make sure to leave a comment. So we are just leaving town where we went to Walmart and we got the shot. Yep, we got the hokey pokey, and the one that we got was the Moderna one, which has the mRNA technology. So yeah, I fully expect to become a cyborg and have Nephilim DNA in me. I'm just kidding. I really am not for this whole thing. I've never been afraid of COVID. I highly question the mainstream narrative and how this whole thing is being portrayed. You know, the only reason why I'm doing this is because the first presidency sent out that message. I prayed about it and I thought about it, and it turned out that I came to this conclusion that we should do this. We did it. We prayed as a family, and so that's just what we're doing. So if I have any side effects or if anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We got to come back in 28 days to get the second shot, and then we'll be safe from COVID. You know, the deadliest disease of all time. It's this whole situation is so ridiculous, and it's caused so much contention, and it's been very divisive, and I know a lot of people are struggling with this right now. So hopefully my videos can help you out. If you are struggling, feel free to ask me questions about my experience, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit today about BYU, because, you know, that's still on my mind. And, you know, what on earth is going on at BYU right now? And I think I have some of the answer to that question, because basically it's the same answer for almost everything in life. And I would say that it's narcissism. It's narcissism. Okay. Now I do believe that there are probably some professors, maybe even students, that may have infiltrated the school, possibly influenced by outside groups. I don't have anything to prove that, but I wouldn't be surprised. But the one thing that I do know is that the world has always had narcissists, spiritual narcissists. I don't look at it from a psychological point of view, okay? But I do study what psychology has said about narcissistic personality disorder. I think there's a spectrum, and so when I say narcissist, I'm just talking about anybody that's pretty far down on the narcissist spectrum, because the farther down you go, the more of those behaviors and those patterns you're going to exhibit in your life. And so the thing to understand, okay, is that whenever there's a trend for a reason. It's because it's like a snowball effect. And once the narcissists, the ones that are like really pro-social and want to be just very like socially active and cool, they tune in. You know, they watch whatever the fad is. They watch I guess whatever key indicators they see in society, and then they unquestioningly jump on board. Okay, because for that type of narcissist, well, I mean, it's like that for any narcissist. It's what they're all about is feeling special. Okay, so you could be, for example, like a religious narcissist, and like you join the church because all the rest of your family is Catholic, and you want to cross a boundary, you know, because that's a big thing for narcissism. It's all about crossing boundaries, and separating yourself from what you perceive to be normal. And, you know, I don't know what you think. From what I have observed, it seems like there's been a big push to get the rainbow people movement into the mainstream, probably starting since the 90s, I would say. That's kind of like when I first started noticing it. You would start to see like episodes of Seinfeld or Friends, or, I mean, for heaven's sake, there was an entire series called Will and Grace that was pretty much all about that. I think it was in the 90s. That's around the time that Ellen came out, and you know, I think that was like the first like really big push. I mean, this whole thing has been around since the beginning of time, obviously, and it's even recorded in the Bible. So it's not like it's anything new. But this is what I propose, okay? What I propose is that there are a small amount of people that are genuinely rainbow people, okay? Like born that way, without any chemicals added to their bodies from outside sources. And then you do probably have a group of modern day people that have become rainbow people because of different chemicals and stuff that may be in our foods or plastics. I actually, one of my wife's cousins, she was reading a book about olates, which are the chemicals that they use in different products to like make a scent, you know, like for like soaps, lotions, wax melts, you know, whatever. And according to that book, which if you're interested, I can find it out and ask her. I never read it, but you know, she said that olates affect males, and it lowers the, I can't remember if it lowered the amount of testosterone or if it just increased the amount of estrogen, but one of the two. And you know, so I think that there may be some of that going on. But then there's another large population that I believe are not truly rainbow people. And I'm going to leave a link below to a video by Sam Vaknin, who is an expert. He's like one of the leading researchers of narcissism in the psychology world. And he talks about how a narcissist like doesn't understand love, first of all, okay? They don't have love in their hearts. They mimic love, but emotionally they're stuck at the age of like 4, 5, 6, you know? And so they don't like seek romance like normal people would. They do have a sex drive, but to them it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. That it depends on what mask they're wearing, okay? So if you're a narcissist and you decide to be just like pro-social, and you know, you want to go to a church, and that's where you're going to harvest your narcissistic supply, then you're going to you know, be chameleon-like, and you're going to fit in with whatever it is you're trying to do. So if it's a church, then you're going to do what is expected of a churchgoer. You're going to marry the opposite sex, and you're going to have a family, and you're going to do all the right things and build that image, right? If you're really into business and you want to start a company, or maybe you want to climb up the corporate ladder, you're going to do whatever, you're going to turn yourself, your image, into whatever it needs to be so that you can achieve that goal. Well, there's all sorts of masks and all sorts of costumes that we can put on in this life. And, you know, with this push to recognize the rainbow people, there's going to be narcissists out there that pick up on that. They're going to be like, wow, okay, these people are starting to get special treatment and special attention. And, you know, maybe I could do that because, you know, I come from a LDS family and I want to be different. And this is like what's cool right now. You know, there's people that think that way. And I know that you know that too. I'm sure that you've seen that in your life. Whether it was from a rainbow person or maybe it had to do with like drinking alcohol or whatever it is. It's narcissism it's an addiction to feeling special and setting yourself apart from the group. Okay, so we're seeing all these. There's been protests at BYU. I've done a video about that, and there's been a lot more that's gone on there that I know I've heard before. Like there's this guy named Kwaku. You can look him up. He's been on the Last Dispensation channel, and they had like a three-way call. Him and Watcher Palmer and Kwaku, and he's talked about all the things that he witnessed at BYU. And so, what's going on right now is while you have this rainbow issue going on, you have like the world at large moving more and more in the way of secularism and leftist ideologies and just more worldliness, right? And so you have all these people in the church, especially in Utah and Idaho, where, you know, they don't want to just be part of the crowd. They look to places like California, New York, to be their source of inspiration and you know, how they should behave and dress and stuff like that. You know, you go to the mall, you go to any one of these stores like Hollister's or American Eagle or whatever, and it's always either, you know, New York or California if you buy a shirt, right? It's always New York or California. And in this country, and it kind of affects the rest of the world, that's kind of like, those are cultural centers where a lot of this stuff kind of like stems from. So basically you have a lot of narcissists that have found a new mask to put on, and that mask is the rainbow mask. And then you have the political narcissists that, you know, they choose their identity that they've chosen, their mask, their costume is the political mask. And so it could be that, again, like you're religious, you're LDS, and you choose the conservative mask, you know, but you're a narcissist. So you don't really believe those things. You've just chosen that costume because you're able to thrive that way. You're able to get attention from people, praise, worship. You know, maybe you're able to gain power and influence, you know, because that's what drives a narcissist. And then on the flip side, you could choose to go left, you know, and not even care about those issues, but you put on that mask and you do whatever is expected of a leftist. And so you just have this kind of like cancer, essentially, that's spreading. And there's a lot of things right now in the world that are conducive to narcissistic behavior. You know, basically rewards are given out to people that choose to put on these costumes. You know, if you choose to be a rainbow person, like you're a narcissist, you're not a genuine rainbow person, you choose to do it, you're going to be rewarded, because look at society right now and how much attention is put on the rainbow people, and how much you know, praise, and oh wow, you're so courageous, or oh, you know what, it's Pride Month, you know, And so, like, if you're the only rainbow person at your work, and then you have like the people that are like, oh, happy Pride Month, so and so, that's narcissistic supply. So just like church could be fertile ground for a narcissist, because it's like a group of people that are kind and will help you and accept you, and you can take advantage of. Same thing with this whole rainbow movement. It's fertile ground. You're basically almost even put in a position of power, because no one dares speak against the rainbow people. And you know that, and I know that. So when you hear Elder Holland talking about this guy that came out during the graduation speech, it doesn't surprise me. I don't know that guy, but most likely, and I'm not diagnosing anybody, because again, I don't look at it as a psychological thing. I look at it as a spiritual thing. And this guy, whether he's a pathological narcissist or not, he had a narcissistic moment where he saw a big old boundary, right? You're at BYU, which is a church school, and you know that the majority of people there are against the what the rainbow people want to do and what the left wants to do, and you're like, okay, this is awesome, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a stand. I'm going to make history. I'm going to earn those, wow, you're so courageous to say that at BYU. That's what was going on there. That's why somebody would do that. They want that special praise. They want to cross the boundaries. They want to feel special. Okay? I would not be surprised. I'm not saying that he is, because I don't know him, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a narcissistic individual. I think a lot of these people choose BYU because they want to stand out. They say, okay, I'm going to put on the rainbow mask, and then I'm going to go to BYU, and I'm going to, cause a ruckus. I'm going to, I'm going to cause contention, and I'm going to get special praise for those that are sympathetic to the rainbow people cause. It's just, it's disgusting, but it's a problem that's been around since the beginning of the world, starting with Satan himself, because he is the great narcissist. And like I've said before, what did he want when he appeared to Christ? He wanted Christ to worship him. He wanted narcissistic supply. And then what did he do when he came across Moses on the mountain? Same thing. He wanted worship. He wanted to be above everybody else, even God himself. And all these little narcissists, whether they're rainbow people or whether they're religious narcissists, they're just little mini, basically doing the same thing, to put it nicely. And it's true. It's true. The more you get familiar with this subject matter, you start to realize that psychology's narcissistic personality disorder is simply the study of evil. That's it. Like, you can read the scriptures, follow the prophets, and you'll learn how to become a good person and become loving and have true empathy, which doesn't mean condoning sin. It simply means you're able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and care about them, which we should do, but we should not condone that which is not right. And I don't know why some people have such a hard time with that. But, you can learn the way to go by reading the scriptures. But I think psychology has done us a favor in studying these individuals that are chronically living in this evil lifestyle. narcissism, you know, and you'll find them everywhere. Wherever there's some kind of organization, whether it's church, work, parades for the rainbow people, military, it doesn't matter where you go, there will be narcissists there as well, infiltrating it and being mimickers, or, you know, they'll be chameleons, and they'll mimic whatever the genuine organization is, right? So anyway, I have a lot to say about that, but I think that's probably the biggest thing, is that it's just becoming easier for the narcissist to come out and act out, and they're given this vehicle to use, which is the rainbow people vehicle, and it gives them plenty of opportunity to feel special and get attention and stand out, you know, and be popular, and that's what they live for. For the ones that are genuine rainbow people, I have all the compassion in the world for them. It really sucks. We all have things that we struggle with in life. There's plenty of things that, you know, I would do if I wasn't LDS, that I would give into. I know it. So I can understand the struggle, and there's any number of things that we're not supposed to do when we live this gospel, but we're still expected to do it. But I love and accept them. My brother, and he is a biological male, he's chosen to do the whole transgender thing, and I respect him. I don't condone it, and I don't go on Facebook and do like Happy Pride Month or anything like that, and he understands that, but he knows that I love him, and I haven't kicked him out of my life or anything like that, but I have set down some rules, and he respects it. We just respect each other, and it's as simple as that. So anyway, the main thing of this video is just narcissism and the role it plays in what's going on at BYU and just the world at large. You know, we're in the last days, and we're seeing some really crazy things happen, and yeah, but the day is going to come when these telestial level people, I believe that narcissists are telestial level people, the day is going to come where they're not going to be here anymore. The Lord is going to cleanse the earth of them, essentially, and that's really sad. I wish that everybody could make it, but you know, and it's completely up to them. They have the choice to either continue those evil practices that they engage in, the way that they manipulate and psychologically abuse other people. You know, they could continue in that, or they could choose to change, and I think maybe some of them do. And for the ones that do, I applaud that. You know, but the day will come when there's not going to be any more. It's only going to be celestial and terrestrial level people, and that's going to be a beautiful day, because all these games that we're always seeing in the news and in society, that's going to come to an end as soon as they're gone, because they're the ones that cause all the strife and do all the plotting and scheming. Them and psychopaths and sociopaths and other cluster B personalities, according to what psychology would call them. But again, I really think that it's just that it's all spiritual in nature. So okay, yeah, so that's it for this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button and the notification bell. Leave comments. I would love to hear from you. And I have a lot more content coming up. Everything from narcissism to church news, second coming, signs of the times, and homesteading. I'll talk to you next time.